Hello. Today we're going to look at writing business email, and we're going to focus on the process of how we do it. So what's our first thing? We get an email or we get instructions and we have to write an email, a memo, or a letter. But it's very important to carefully understand what you need to do. If it's an email or a letter or a memo that you received, you need to read it and understand exactly what it says. So this is just a typical kind of email. We can see who it's from. It's a request for a price quote, and we have the email. And yes, it looks like it's long and complicated, and yes, there are a lot of words there. But what can we do to make it easy on ourselves while we're reading? Remember to understand what you need to do. This is key. So let's take a look. Well, start to highlight as you read the points that you need to relate to in your reply. And if we can see here, there isn't really a lot of yellow highlight. We need to read and understand. So first of all, we see it is to Mr. Gracias. It's from Sarah Levy. And we see the date. We see that it's a request for a price quote for translation of brochures. So, dear Mr. Gracias, your company was highly recommended by a colleague for quality translation services into various languages. We're looking for a company that can provide us with accurate translation of our travel brochures at a reasonable quote. So they want accurate, they want a reasonable price. So this is what we need to see if we can do. Our company provides local tours. So this is giving me some information and background about the company. So that helps me understand what the client wants. Then he tells me I have attached a sample brochure. And we see he wants a translation into the following languages. 5 brochures, this is what I would do, into Japanese, Korean, and Swedish. And right away I said, I don't have anyone for Thai, so I'm going to have to make that in a different color and relate to that. And I have to send a price quote for each language. Okay, because I know the Italian translator doesn't charge as much as my Japanese and is a different rate for Hindi. Estimate of how long it would take. And we hope that you can send us the quote by the end of the month. So now I look and I can see, what do I need to relate to? That I can provide accurate translations at a reasonable price. He wants 5 brochures in these languages, but I can't do Thai. And he wants a price quote, how long, by the end of the month. Got it. So now what do? I think before you write. So I begin to organize, brainstorm what I need to do. So the opening I know is the topic and purpose. So I have to thank him. So thank you. And the next point is we can provide you with accurate translation of your travel brochures at a reasonable price. Now I know the middle. That's the key information. And I have 2 topics: to provide the service and price in terms of payment. So I tell him I reviewed the sample brochure and can provide you with all languages except Thai, but can refer you to a colleague. I know someone who does Thai, but I don't work with them. So I can, if they're interested, recommend someone. And then the next thing is my price and my terms of payment. So I'm going to attach the price quote. It's organized per language. Each has a slightly different rate and completion time. My terms of payment, this is what I want. 20% upon request for service, 80% upon receipt, quantity discount, 8%, call for action. Well, I'm going to tell them that I'm going to call them next week about the price quote and terms of payment. I'll pick up the phone and find out what I can do. And of course I need some kind of polite close because I always want to end on a positive note. So now I sit down and I write the first draft of the email. I write it. I just let it come out. I'm not worried about spelling. I'm not too worried about grammar. I read it over and then I look for. I check that the information is clearly organized. Does it follow? Opening, middle, call for action, polite close. Have I related to all the key points? I can go back to that original email, look at what I highlighted, and check, did I relate to it? And once I'm very happy that all of this is done, then I check my grammar and my spelling. And this is a kind of checklist. The list we use all the time. Does it accomplish its purpose? Is it organized? Does it have a professional and business-like tone? And of course, did I do my best to check the grammar and spelling? And now, after we've done this, we revise and refine. We go back and just, give it another little work here, fix this word, and check to see that everything is here. And now we have our email. Let's see what we wrote. First of all, I just went reply, R-E, it's clear. Attachment price quote, Israel Tours, April 2018. Dear Ms. Levy, thank you for your inquiry regarding our services. I can assure you that I just found something, can provide you with accurate translation of our travel brochures at a reasonable price. By the way, it's a good idea to read your work out loud. ABC Translation Services, established in 1994, has a large client base, both locally here in Barcelona, Spain, and around the world. We are happy to provide a list of our clients, and you are welcome to visit our webpage. So again, they tell us a little bit about themselves. We've reviewed your sample brochure, and we can provide the translation service you request. We have translators for all the requested languages, again, repeat the ones, except Thai. We will be happy to refer you to another company that specializes in translation into Thai. I have attached the price quote. I have attached, you see? Every time we go over, we find something. The price quote, organized per language, as each has a slightly different rate and completion time. Our terms of payment are 20% upon request for service, 80% upon receipt of translation, by bank transfer. We are willing to provide you with a quantity discount of 8% at this time. Now this tells the recipient, well, maybe it'll go up in the future. And our call for action. We will be happy to speak to you in the coming week to clarify any questions about the price quote and terms of payment. I'm looking forward to working with you, and then our name. So now we see the process, and it's important to remember the various steps. The first thing is read and carefully understand what you need to do. Highlight the points you need to relate to in your reply. Take notes. Write down what you need to include in an organized way using the opening, the middle, call for action, polite close. Work on that first draft. That may take some time. Read it over, check, and then revise and refine. Go over it again. As you can see, there's always something we can make better. Sometimes we forget a word, or sometimes we want something that's a little bit clearer. So now it's your turn to go over and organize your writing, and I hope this has helped you.